Hello everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Look you guys, I am out here in the garden. Um, I had something to do early this morning, so I was out here earlier this morning, maybe around 7, and me and Josh came out here, and I did a few things in the garden. See, I like to hit it, sporadically. Just I have to go when the temperatures are right. I have to go when it's cool enough for me to go out there and really, really work. And this morning, it was kind of overcast and it was a bit of a breeze and it wasn't as humid. So I was able to come out here and do some things in the garden. And then I had to go inside because I had an appointment and so I had visitors at the house. So, so now that my appointment is over, I'm able to come back out here and give you guys a little tour and let you see what is growing on in the Joy Garden. But it's also something else I wanted to share with you that's so sweet, and I'm very appreciative. My doctor, I know this is so just weird, but my doctor, my physician, she knows that I'm a gardener. She knows I grow my own vegetables, my own fruit, right? And out of the kindness of her heart, she signed me up for a program where they do home delivery of produce from a place called Crescent City Farmers Market. I'll show you this flyer that comes with it. You see that? So, and this is what was in my, they have this box, and I'll put up pictures of it. And I'll show you some pictures toward the end of the video. I'll show you pictures of what they actually send you in this produce box. It's a home delivery box. It's an actual truck that shows up, and they bring you this box of vegetables and fruits. It's random. So like this time I got more peaches, but I got green beans, pink-eyed peas, another butternut squash, because this is my second delivery. There was a butternut squash in the first delivery, and I got another one today. An eggplant, uh, Creole tomatoes. Oh, this time I got a watermelon. Look, I'm growing my own watermelon, and they just delivered one. And blue oyster mushrooms. Now I'm gonna tell you what. I had, like I said, I had company earlier. I had someone uh, come to the house, and I offered her some of the produce that because I didn't want too much, so I gave her the mushrooms, and also gave her the eggplant, so she took that with her. But that's my second eggplant. I'm growing eggplant in the garden, but they delivered eggplant, and I am so appreciative. And I'm gonna let you see this box, but it's from Crescent City Farmers Market. So these are local uh, gardeners, local growers. And like for instance, the peaches came from a place called Cherry Creek Orchard. The green beans and the pink-eyed peas, I'm gonna let you guys see that. That came from a place called John Dale's farm. And the butternut squash came from Fakita. I hope I'm saying it right. Fakita Farms. Faust Farms gave me the Creole tomatoes and the eggplant. And Indian Springs Farmers Association, they provided the watermelon. Um, Mycelium Express, they send the mushrooms. And I have footage of the mushroom that I got in the earlier part of July, July 8th. This delivery came today. That's July 22nd, right? Today is July 23rd, but this is, I guess it comes in cycles. So July 8th, I got my first box, and I got this box delivered to me today. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't mean to go on and on about it, but it's just so nice how, out of the kindness of her heart, my doctor, she signed me up for this program. So I'm having fresh produce delivered to me. And since I have so much, like the peaches, you guys got to take a look at these peaches, okay? The eggplant, I can't wait till I'm harvesting my own eggplant. And I do intend on getting more fruit trees. And I would like an apple tree, and I want a peach tree, um, for sure. So, but until then, they're delivering peaches to me, you guys. They're delivering peaches. Um, so I just wanted to share that. I'll let you see the box. I'm tickled pink. Okay, I am tickled pink that my doctor would sign me up, and it wasn't just me. It was other patients of hers and other people that she knew. She signed them up for this home delivery, and I just thought that was so sweet. But back to my garden and what I've been doing. I'm now harvesting cucumbers. I did a little short video showing my first cucumber harvest, but I am growing cucumbers for the second time. I grew cucumbers last season, and so I noticed a lot of people have been talking about succession planting, like with the cantaloupes and the honeydew and the watermelon. People they started growing those earlier this spring, and now it's summer, and those plants have played out, so they have planted more. Succession planting is when I may be growing cucumbers now, but I may want to start drop seeds for more cucumbers. So after I harvest from these cucumbers, and when those plants, because every plant has a lifespan, and once those plants play out, then you have another plant behind it growing. I'm growing more tomatoes. I have several determinate tomato plants out there. I didn't even realize they were determinate. But celebrity tomatoes, that's a determinate. The Tasty Lee, I have the Tasty Lee growing out there. Uh, that's a determinate. And then I have about three indeterminate that I know of, which is the Cherokee Purple, which that's been there. That's been there since late winter, early spring. Uh, the Mortgage Lifter, which has not produced anything for me, but it's still there, and I'm going to still continue to take care of it. And hopefully, you never know. This fall, I may see, late summer, fall, I may see some tomatoes from that particular plant. That is the Mortgage Lifter. I don't have the cherry tomatoes under shade cloth. The other tomato plants, it's under shade cloth. It's under 40% shade cloth. My cucumbers are partially covered by shade cloth. I have a lot of pepper plants over there covered by shade cloth. And I do believe that's the reason why they're doing so well, because they're not sitting out in this scorching hot sun all day long. It's that 40% shade cloth is providing about 40% UV ray blockage. It's blocking 40% of the UV rays. Okay, tongue twister. Um, and so we're just going to go out there and take a look. So you see what's going on out there. Everything looks pretty good. And I've dropped seeds for a few other things too. I have one of my raised beds that wasn't ready. I quickly did that yesterday. I quickly, when the temperatures went down later on that afternoon, I quickly got that raised bed ready. So let's just take a look real quick, you guys. Come on. All right, you guys. It's a bit of a mess out here, but look, my garden is always a work in progress. Okay, so this raised bed here, I've cleared this out, and I amended the soil. I added more soil. I added some mushroom compost and lots of good nutrients, good fertilizer. Okay, so it's ready to go. So whenever I'm ready to plant something, this raised bed is one of my little L-shaped raised beds over here. I'm trying to step back so you can see. It's ready to go. In this raised bed, I actually have some corn growing. I am concerned about this corn. This is early golden bantam, and already I'm having insect problems. Look at that. You see that? That's because I took a worm out of there, caterpillar, just yesterday. Okay, it looks a little tattered, but I'm not giving up on growing more corn. So I have more seeds dropped over on this side. Now that's early golden bantam. Over here, this is silver and gold. You see it coming up, and I did it by direct sow. Okay, I just dropped the seeds directly in the soil. Okay, over here, that's an eggplant. That's a Santana eggplant right at the end of the raised bed. But this area, this is the silver and gold corn. This will be my first time growing corn in a raised bed. I've grown them in containers, like plastic totes, and had success with that. And I've grown it in grow bags. Okay, so this is my first time using a raised bed. We'll see what happens. Okay, just trying to do some different things and just kind of see what works best. My okra, growing well. I'm harvesting from okra almost every single day. It's like they pop up overnight. You see that? That's the over here. This is the jambalaya okra. On the other side, that's the Clemson spineless. Every day. Oh, it was something I wanted to share with you guys. What I learned when you harvest them, you want to harvest them when they're about that size, maybe a little bigger. And when you do, like for instance, if there was a leaf right underneath it, you can take the whole thing. So you take that and also the leaf that's underneath it, because nothing is going to grow in that spot again. Okay, see these areas right here? Okay, where I took the okra and the leaf that's underneath it. Let me see if I can find one to show you a better example, like right here. When I harvest this okra, I'm going to just take that leaf too, because nothing's going to grow in that spot again. And you just continue to harvest often. You want to harvest your okra when it is tender. You don't want it to stay on too long and get woody. Okay. So I was able to harvest some okra yesterday. You see, here's one right here. You want to harvest it when it's about that size. When it's about that size. You don't want it to stay on too long and get hard and woody. You want to harvest it when it's tender. Okay? But yeah, that's the okra. So I only have these plants here. I tried to scale back because one season, my very first growing season, I had 12 okra plants. That was way too much. Way too much. I had okra coming out of my ears, y'all. Okay? So over here I have more eggplant. That's the Santana eggplant. Right next to it is just a classic eggplant. I always say that, but let me show you what I'm referring to when I say that. This is what I mean. You see that? Just classic eggplant. Okay? And this is the Santana. Oops, my hat's coming off, y'all. Sorry. There we go. Santana. Okay, so those are the two varieties of eggplants that I'm growing. Right next to it is my zucchini. Same zucchini that I grew last season. Okay, I have 2 of them here. And that should be enough. Okay, I don't want to overdo it, you know. That right here, let's turn right here. That is the mortgage lifter that I'm always referring to. And I've just been pruning it, fertilizing, and trying to keep it under the shade cloth. It's partially covered by shade cloth. Try to keep it healthy, and hopefully I'll get something from the mortgage lifter one day. Okay? Okay, over here, this is the Tasty Lee. And that is a determinate. That's the Tasty Lee. As you can see, there's some blossoms on there. Okay, and every now and again I'll just come out here and give it a little tap. Just tap it a little bit there. All right, you guys. And right here, that is the Cherokee Purple. Cherokee Purple And I have more bell peppers right next to it. That's a Purple Beauty bell pepper plant next to it. Right here, this is not determinate. This is an indeterminate. This is the 4th of July. Okay, and as you can see, there's blossoms on that. Like I said, come out here and give it a little tap, 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 tap. Okay, so that's going to start producing tomatoes soon. Now, this one is new, but that's a celebrity. Matter of fact, that was just planted yesterday. Okay, and I'm trying to companion plant. I have some thyme in there with it, English thyme, because right here I have English thyme with this one too. Because I was told that thyme will keep away the tomato hornworm. So far, so good. Okay, I haven't had any problems from the tomato hornworm. So, and most of you know what to look for. You'll see that your leaves are being eaten away, and also you will notice that there will be droppings. These little droppings that almost look like a little tiny grenade. You'll see their frass or the droppings. And I don't have any of that, so no tomato hornworm. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, but yeah, that's a new plant. That's a celebrity, and a celebrity is a determinate. Now look, you guys, just yesterday, right, I showed you that I harvested one of my cucumbers, and I said I'm gonna leave this one because it's not big enough yet. That was yesterday. Look at it now. Look at the difference. Okay, just overnight it's grown larger, but still not time yet. I'll remove it, but not just yet. I'll give it one more day. Okay, and then I'll remove that one, because with cucumbers, you don't want to let your cucumbers stay on too long either. Just like with the okra, you want to harvest them when they're a certain size. You don't want them to get too big. You don't want them to get that swollen, puffy look. Okay, that means they've been on there too long. Okay, but yeah, there's more cucumbers. There's some back there too. So there's actually 2 plants in here. These are Dasher 2 cucumbers. Can you see that? There's another one down there. And also down here at the bottom. Let's see, there it is. You see that one? So they're growing well. Partially covered by a shade flower. Okay, I'm just going to step back. There's another plant right over there. There's another tomato plant. There's another celebrity over there. Plenty of bell peppers and banana peppers. Still growing from spring. All the bell pepper plants you see, these are all plants that I started growing in spring. Okay, and they're still here and they're still producing. Okay. Now, I tell you what, this banana pepper with those yellow leaves, I am concerned. I'm concerned. Why are the leaves, is it being overwatered? Underwatered? Does it need some nutrients? Is that a nutrient deficiency? So that's one of the reasons why I got out here early this morning, and I wanted to make sure that that plant got a water-soluble fertilizer. Because I'm not sure if it's a nutrient deficiency, but you see a lot of yellow leaves, but it is still producing peppers. So I'll tell you one thing. I think I just saw a rat. I did. I saw a rat. There he is. You see him? Did you see that? I hope you saw him. He's still there. You see his tail? Yep. Yep. Wow. And see, I told you guys it wasn't a mouse. I told y'all it wasn't a mouse. Just saw it. I gotta tell my husband. I hope it's on camera. I hope y'all saw him. But guess what? I definitely will be putting out traps. I'm not gonna go with just a spray. I will definitely be putting out traps because I am going to be growing cucumbers over here in this area. And I'm going to be growing more watermelon. And this time, that rat is not going to get my fruit. Okay? Sorry to interrupt the video, but this has to be taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and spray with this. Let me show you what I use. This is called Tomcat. It's rodent repellent. And I'm going to go ahead and spray around that area where I saw him. All right, you guys, look. Sorry to stop filming, but I had to take care of that. And I will be going out to get some rat traps. Trying to be humane, but humane may not work. When you have a hungry rodent, being humane and spraying some like little peppermint oil or whatever may not work. That may keep him at bay for a little bit because he does not like the smell of the spray, that Tomcat spray, but he will be back. All right, you guys, look, just the walk around, just giving you a tour. Look at me. I am sweating profusely, but I just wanted to share that with you guys and show you the best I could with this heat. To show you what's going on in the garden. I'm getting a cool breeze now, and I'm up under the patio, so it's much better. It feels really good under here. But I just wanted to show you, give you an update on everything the best I could, you know, without being out in that heat too soon. Was interrupted by Mr. Rat over there, and I mean, I was very surprised to see him again. I saw him the first time, but this time, if before you guys thought I was exaggerating by saying it was a rat, if you guys were able to see him on the video, I don't know. But I saw him again with my own two eyes. That is not a mouse, that's a rat. He's huge, okay? They're coming from next door. There's sort of like a field next door, an area. It's an empty lot where someone hasn't built a house over in that area. And I think they're coming from over there. But yeah, they come over here. It's like going to a buffet. They had a field day over there in that area with my honeydew, cantaloupe, and my watermelon that was over there. I was barely able to harvest anything. I mean, I did get a harvest. You saw the cantaloupes. You saw my watermelon. You didn't get a chance to see the honeydew because there was, once them rats got done with it, there was only one left. But my husband did get his honeydew. And I want to try growing the honeydew again. I have time. So I'm thinking of dropping some seeds for that. But I'm not going to place it over there for sure. Okay? But yeah. Pests, garden pests, critters, they're very real. And it's something we have to deal with. I tell you. But I just wanted to do a quick update, guys. I didn't mean to make a long video. I just wanted to share with you what's going on. Excuse my sweatiness. And give you an update. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'm going to go in there and tell my husband about this critter I just saw. And then we're going to come up with a plan of how we're going to handle this. If we're going to just continue to use repellents, or if we're going to go with something a little, more powerful than that and capture him. I honestly do not want to capture him. Even though my husband and my son said they will take care of it, just the thought of this thing trapped in something, I just can't. I can't. I would prefer to just stay away. Okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, you guys. If there's anything else that's interesting that I can share with you, I will record it and get that out to you. But for right now, I just wanted to give you an update and show you that I have been working diligently in the Joy Garden. And I'm able to maintain even in the summer heat, okay? So, you guys, happy gardening. Thank you for tuning in. Bye now.